Maybe something funny will happen during the show that I can stick at the start.
Or maybe nothing funny will happen ever this
Oh,
entire
God.
episode.
Welcome to Shattered Worlds. Drag the cast.
More like shattered hopes.
Shattered dreams.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You walk into a dungeon. Before you was a door into the rest of the dungeon. But there's a warning written up top. You have to be funny first.
No.
Welcome back to Shattered Worlds RPG. I'm your Loremaster, Jeff, and with me are all but one of our favorites, Mr. Jayme.
Hello.
AJ.
Hello.
And Ash.
Hello.
Ash is gonna Jaeger Keziah this time.
I don't know if I ever got Keziah's character sheet.
She said she was gonna send it to you, maybe via email or in the
Yeah,
Discord.
let me check my email.
I mean, all you're legally required to do by way of the message is to shoot someone.
Oh, here it is. She did email it to me. I just didn't get I didn't get an alert. I was cooking when all that went down too, so I wasn't.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Whichever email server you use, they need to do better.
They do. It is Gmail, and
Gmail, I expect better from you.
I do expect better.
Okay, so last time we ended with a phone call and the magical thingy. Let's see. Judith answered some questions. So Judith's call ends, and I can't remember, was Legos with you, or were you back in your quarters? You might have been back in your quarters.
Don't remember.
Sorry, I haven't edited that episode yet because I was at Gallifrey 1, the Doctor Who convention.
Gallifrey!
In Los Angeles. It was fucking great. Although going to a convention alone is a bit lonely, but also positive, so. Anywho, wherever you guys are, the phone, the Zoom call just ended, and you got to decide what to do next. I think you thought you might take a ship that Judith's people are giving to the job, a little shuttle.
And I think we talked a little bit about like equipment. Like, I don't know, on a scale of like, this is actually going to happen to, it was just a joke, there was mention of a miniaturized mech that could fit in the shuttle.
Yes, you have, originally it was a combat medic mech, so it doesn't have like super jump or mega cannons, but it will protect you and add strength to your punches, and it's got like a laser tool and some other things like that. But you can still use hand weapons with it. So you've got your laser and maybe you won't need station pistols because you'll be on a planet with atmosphere. So you can have full-on heavy projectile weapons if you want.
This is like a treat. This is like when you bust out the good china, right? We could use the real guns.
As long as Dad's got his juice back, I'm good.
So unless you have anything you want to do while you wait for the shuttle, there's a lot of people on the ship you could talk to. Prozamaya's still with you. He's more or less over his poisoning. You've got some other agents from the Oakleaf Society with you, and Hatima, of course. Do you want Hatima to keep her ship in system when you go to Baradonia 3, or do you want to let her continue on with her her regular mission?
Well, I think last episode, Alecto told her about what was happening and left it up to her whether or not she wanted to endanger herself and her crew.
Okay, cool. So she and her crew meet you at the flex tube, pretending that she's saying goodbye. And then there's, through a series of electronic trickery or whatever, you manage to get onto the Acheron without, hopefully without anybody knowing you've left the Comet Seeker. And you break apart, and Hatima moves towards the Baradonia system. And at some point, like in the Kuiper belt or whatever, you transfer to this different shuttle. We need a name for this little ship.
Little Blinky.
Little Blinky. That's no bad ideas. Let's blue sky this a little bit more.
Feel free to disagree, anybody.
Blinkmeister Blinksterson.
Yeah, Bodie McBoatface. It's about the size of Starbug from Red Dwarf.
I'm going to go with Big Blinky McBoater. What about just the Crusher?
Would you have to say it like that? The Crusher.
Oh, you should have heard the first probably 5 to 10 minutes of this Zoom call, my friend.
Why, was it pro wrestling related?
No, because we were just doing Hulk Hogan voice the whole time. How's my sound like? How's my voice coming through, brother?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Snap into a Slim Jim. How about Slim Jim? Is that a good name for a ship?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Slim Jim.
What about the Kool-Aid Spaceman?
Well, that could be the name of the mech.
We're entering copyright infringement.
Yeah.
That's the name of the power armor because you smash through walls with it.
Okay, so we'll call it the Salim Jalim. That way we get around copyright.
The Slamma-Jamma.
We're gonna call it Salim Blinkington Jalim.
I like Slamma-Jamma.
How about Sir Cadbury Blinksbury?
Sir Cadbury Blinksbury.
Hold on.
Yes.
Let's go back one. Let's go back one. Was it Slamma-Jamma? Was it?
Uh-huh.
I do love a good Space Jam.
Title of your sex tape.
Come on in, Slamma, and welcome to the Jamma.
All right, so the Slamma-Jamma is coasting towards Baradonia 3. You've got the transponder code pinging that you're a regular old survey ship. And I don't know, what's your cover as you come into this planet? It's largely sort of a backwater. It's not as populated since the war and the collapse. It's slowly being built back up, but it's still under conclave military protection.
We got a flat tire.
So you're coming in for repairs?
Yeah, we're coming in for repairs.
Okay, so at the start of The Force Awakens where, like, Rey collects junk and then they turn it in and she gets bread in return or whatever. It's kind of like that, but a little less desperate. There's old ships busted up on the planet, old ground cars and stuff like that. So there's multiple junkyards.
As minimally desperate as you can be when flying a ship called the Slamma-Jamma.
Yeah. So you're repairing your blorp coil, And so you're coming down into the planet. Let's see. What do we call the AI on this ship? Blinky.
We do call it Blinky.
Yes.
Okay. Blinky says, descending into the troposphere in 3, 2, 1, and you're shaking, and like fire is going by the window as your tiles and things burn the heat off. And yeah, you are coming down over the Graflar Plains, and you skirt the military cordon, and you tell them where you're landing, and you come down in this little village, or near it, where the junkyards are. Yeah.
Do we have a name for that village on like our star charts?
Yes. What do we call this? There's an abandoned colony and spaceport 20 miles east of the prison called Black Rock. There was a village there, but as you come down, you see that it's basically a ghost town. It used to serve the prison. There's a gas station, there's vehicles, but there's no people. Or there's no life signs anyway, as you come down. You can fly over the prison, but you notice there's these weird electrical disturbances, and Blinky tells you it isn't safe to go in there, so it's best to park outside and walk in. So that's why you're landing near this village.
Okay. Hopefully they won't detect us since we have a radar jammer.
A radar jammer and a slammer jammer.
Blinky says, radar jammer activated. And you come down. The military doesn't interrupt you, and you land safely at the abandoned spaceport. And sure enough, there's just tumbleweeds and papers and stuff swirling around the plaza, and no visible signs of life. I'm detecting ionic fuel sources just in the fueling compound, but you'll need to operate a transfer vehicle to bring the conduits over this way. You have enough fuel to get back into orbit, but if you do too much down here, you might want to refuel.
Okay.
Good thing we're here for repairs. Please give us gasoline.
What would you like to do?
Can I just ask a clarifying thing? I'm so sorry if you already explained this. I just really want to make sure I have the objective in mind. What are we here to do?
You're here to find Petey Hemdor, or Peter Hemdor, who
Okay.
was last reported to have been delivered to the combined combined long-term rehab facility, nicknamed the Chute because it goes so deep into the rock.
All right, and we're like currently in like a forest or something, or are we like?
It's more like Fallout 3, the area outside DC. There's not a lot of trees. Most of them are denuded.
Okay.
From I don't know, bad weather over the last 20 years. Climate disturbances and things. So it's pretty rocky. The wind is pretty high. Water sources are few and far between. So you're going to want to carry your own water and rations and things. You might be able to tap a water tank when you get to the prison, but and it's only 20 miles, so it won't take you too long to get there, especially if you find a ground vehicle. I guess the Slamma-Jamma could have a ground vehicle.
The Slamma-Jamma could have a ground vehicle. I feel like that's my number one priority, is to look for a ground vehicle.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's a big wheeled jobby with 4 wheels and good suspension. It's got a mini cannon, seats 4. No, seats 6, in case you find Peter. So you can get there in, I don't know, 20 miles, 10 minutes, maybe, depending on the terrain.
Real quick, what's it named?
Well, this would be, Slamma Jamma 1?
Jamma Jr.?
Jamma Jr.
Jamma Jr.
Jr.
is good. I was gonna
Yeah.
say if the ship is Slamma Jamma, then the car is Slimma Jimma.
That's what the cannon's called.
Yes.
Jamma Jr. with the Slim Jamma cannon.
Okay, so you roll out in the Slimma Jimma, and you're in the spaceport. If you want to investigate the village, you can. Or you can go straight to the prison or something else.
Point of order: the car is Jamma Jr. for sure. The car is Jamma Jr. If there's a weapon on the ship, that's Slimma Jimma.
Okay. Yeah, your rail gun. You can call it that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're good to go. Where to?
Prison bound? Is that an answer?
Yes.
We go left.
Okay, you head out of town. You see the outlying buildings, and yeah, it's just like Fallout. They're mostly abandoned. Anything of value has been stripped. There's like areas of black, where they've been bombarded from orbit or what have you.
Are we seeing any creatures?
There are creatures, yes. There's little rats and bats and insects. A bunch of insects are hitting your windscreen and splatting away.
Yuck.
A few of them get in and try to bite you.
You know they're just full of rads.
Yeah. Luckily, most of the weapons used here weren't radioactive, so you should be all right. But Keziah has anti-rad meds in her gear bag in case.
Indeed, I do.
And that's pretty rad.
Okay, and you get within about a quarter mile of the prison, and you start to see that the ground has been cleared and like covered with kind of dust and gravel. So, so it's hard to approach without being seen. And here and there you see low bunkers, look like bumps covered with spiky grasses. If the place was manned, or the non-gender specific version of that word,
People.
Yeah, if they're peopled, there would be machine guns inside the bunkers. There could still be automated systems. For some reason, as you get within a half mile or so of the chute, your connection with Blinky goes away. So you didn't say that you were transferring his stack to the Jamma Jr., so you're on your own in terms of a computer. Now, you do have a scanner on the Jamma Jr. if you want to use that, or Keziah has her set up, but your like augmented reality that's supported by the AI is not available to you. It's just whatever you have locally.
Did we locally have a map?
Yes, all that is preloaded on your setup, so you have the most recent maps and schematics. Keziah's got all that.
Easy breezy, beautiful.
You hear a rumbling and when you see a jet fly overhead. The shadow covers the land as it goes by.
Crunch kind of ducks down a little bit.
Like in the car?
Yeah, just
Sure.
laying low.
I think I also.
Nice.
Hey, here's another cool question. We're going to a prison. Do I have anything to cloak my identity as a fugitive?
Somebody has a cloak, the stealth cloak. I think Crunch had that.
I believe it was Alecto.
Alecto.
Alecto. Oh, let me check. I don't think I have a note of that.
You could use magic to obscure your life signs, but you can't do a DNA check from orbit. So, the chance of them knowing it's you is slim to none.
Okie dokie. All right. Perfect. Good. Yes.
So you see some vultures circling overhead. Occasionally you see an iguana race from one of those mounds to the other.
Fucking cool iguana.
If only we had more time, I'd check out the iguana. It was pretty cool.
Did you guys see that fucking lizard?
Another one goes off the other direction.
Whoa!
Holy shit!
Alecto, are you seeing this?
Yeah, lizards are cool. Lizards are nothing but reptiles and fit a specific niche in the, I don't know, some Keziah stuff.
Yes, a specific niche in the ecosystem. This particular variety is said to be venomous, though not enough to incapacitate a large human.
I'm fighting so hard the instinct to do Nega Keziah.
Oh no.
I have several forms of antidote in my gear bag just in case, and I can synthesize more as needed.
The only reason you would need an antidote if you were an elderly person with a lowered immune system or a baby.
The chances of finding a baby during this mission are slim, but not zero. So you going to enter the kill zone or just hang out on the vehicle?
I'm just kind of basking in the dueling banjo of Keziah.
I'm in love with it.
Just the rest of the episode.
It's just dueling Keziahs.
I need a multiverse Keziah episode.
Everyone is just versions of Keziah.
Yeah. So you said that the entrance is just like, does it have a covering? Is it just like a big square chute leading down, or what?
Oh, the complex is rectangular. It's like double razor wire chain link fences and gates and watchtowers on the corners. And then an inner complex, and then inside that, the chute itself. So, and then outside of that is about a quarter mile of empty space with these mounds. So it was a highly secure secret facility during the war, and has been unused for supposedly a year, but more like the last indication of work being done here was 3 weeks ago.
So I totally forget what our plan to get in there was.
We had a plan?
I thought at some point we had like a plan, but for the life of me, I can't remember if it was like sneak in or like false ID or if they knew we were coming. I don't remember.
If it's unmanned, there's no need to hack the system unless there's automated, computerized defenses.
I have a very quick question before we get too deep into planning.
Yes.
Jeff, would you say that between what I'm assuming was the couple sessions ago, when I used magic, and now I have had a time to regain whatever mana I lost?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Is there any technology in our vehicle or in Keziah that would allow us to sweep for either life forms and or automated defense mechanisms?
Sure, we'll say maximum effective range is a quarter mile. So as you get to the kill zone, you're able to know that there's no active electrical signatures. The only life signs are animal life. So you should be good to drive between the mounds.
Okay.
Okay, so you get about halfway there and you see a row of fresh mounds, about 200 of them, in a line. And at the end of the line, you see an orange earth mover.
Hey, am I a dork if I ask what a fresh mound is?
Yeah, fresh mound, they're about 6 to 7 feet long, about 3 or 4 feet wide, freshly turned to earth.
Okay, all right.
A lot of boot prints around them. It hasn't rained since whatever was done here.
I'm assuming tire tracks from the earth mover.
Yep. Along the length of the row.
Okay, so I was thinking it was all like sci-fi stuff, and it's literally just farming equipment. That's okay. Yep.
It's a sci-fi earth mover. It has like a radar dish on it and some fins.
Keziah says, "It appears to be a row of graves. Perhaps we should investigate the vehicle at the end of the row."
Oh. Okay, graves. All right. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. I'd say let's do that.
I can't remember. Did Raya come with you?
I don't think so. Doesn't
I
sound
can't
right.
remember what her
Doesn't
role
sound right.
was. Was she Legos's aide or something?
I don't
Because we had talked
remember.
about you working with her,
Yeah.
doing some hand fighting.
Right. And there was like some tension between her and
Mhm.
Alecto.
Okay, so she's driving the vehicle,
Well, hi, Araya.
and she's like, "I want to take a look at this." And she turns and rumbles across the rocks and gets to the orange earth mover, and you see that it's been lightly armored around the windows and little cameras on the corners, so presumably you can see 360 view inside, but it's armored against shooting. And the claw thing is sort of sitting next to the last mound, about a foot off the ground. And they've just abandoned the vehicle. I don't know another
It's
name
vehicle.
for these things.
Yeah.
Are the keys in there?
Okay, yeah, you hop off the vehicle and tromp over. And you reach in, and the door's unlocked. You open it up, and there's a corpse at the driver's seat. And yeah, there are keys in the ignition. And the guy's got an energy pistol in his lap, and half of his head is on the wall behind him.
Oh my goodness.
Bulkhead? Whatever, the inside of the car.
The cabin.
The cab, yes.
Keziah was going to do an autopsy, but I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah, your mech suit does a quick forensic scan, and it's about a 30-year-old human, unknown why they killed themselves. Could have been grief, or they could have been ordered to. You're not sure.
Mass graves is pretty grim work. Probably put a real downer of a situation for anyone to go through.
Roughly 6 feet or so.
Can I rob the corpse of their sci-fi pistol?
Yes, you robbed
Cool.
the corpse. Its charge is about 3/4 full. Any extra batteries have been taken. Wallet's missing. There is a dog tag with a symbol you don't recognize, but it's got the basic data of the person, but any identifying personal information has been scrubbed from the record. So it's clearly some kind of, what do you call it, covert agent.
If anyone had exhuming and looting a corpse on their swear pig bingo sheet, you can cross that off now.
Hell yeah.
Keziah would still like to inspect the corpse and see who, assuming this is male, and determine if he has any diseases or what his general health was before his death.
Cool. So it has signs of being a stim addict. There's recent signs of a surgical procedure on the left ear. She'd need to actually do a full incision to learn more.
Okay.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Sure. She slices open at the base of the ear and discovers a sort of nanoweave structure that has linked itself to the brain stem, and the transmitter or whatever would have sat at the base of the tympanic bone, and it has been removed. Sort of like taking the battery out of a weapon.
And what would be the purpose of this netting? It's some kind of
communications.
Yeah.
It's certainly prototype. It's not on any databases. I'm not sure if Keziah would have come across this sort of thing before, but it's the latest tech. It's like the latest, most recently created materials. So it's somebody with juice, you know, somebody that can get cutting edge technology.
I have never experienced technology like this before.
Oh, it's ghastly. You know, I've got a working theory. Hear me out. Perhaps this doodad here, I kind of point at the mesh. Maybe it's some form of like mind control, and like they caused this here worker to turn the piston upon himself after his grim job was complete. That's my theory.
So she does a more intense scan using this theory, and she says, I'm detecting a bit of necrosis around the plug-in points where the battery would have been. Imagine this in Keziah's voice. She says it's possible that the person was dead when the control mechanism was removed.
This seems quite likely.
Which would validate your theory that somebody used it to kill him and then took the evidence.
Crunch is going to be much more insufferable now that his theory has been validated.
That can happen.
Your last memory of a mind control device, or at least a process, was discovered in your meeting with the Emperor aboard the Sanctuary ship on Stoneflower Island before all this craziness kicked off. But you didn't investigate the victim of that device. Or the recipient. I don't know what you would call that. The subject.
How old is the corpse? How long has this individual been dead?
3 weeks.
So it's pretty deep state of decay and rot, and probably smells terrible.
Right. Yeah. She does a brief incision in the gut, and like maggots are at work down there. There's flies buzzing around.
I take it it's a little late for a heal.
You could try some necromancy, but I don't think you're trained in that.
I don't have necro or mancy, so
Yeah, Keziah's like, I have a feeling that these graves will contain individuals who have been killed no later than this particular body.
Well, this is fun. We're having fun, guys.
Raya taps the comm. She's like, what do you got there?
None of your business.
Dead.
I figured something out.
Good. Are we facing any opposition here?
Well, we've only found the dead body so far, so maybe.
Probably from whoever had him killed.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm just waiting over here whenever you're ready. Unless you want to enter on foot.
Should we maybe consider looking for another way in other than the front door?
Yeah, can we do like a perimeter?
Sure, you tootle around the perimeter, and sure enough, the location on your schematics is a ventilation shaft. It's large enough for everybody to get down, Death Star style. And then from there, there's like maintenance stairs, and that takes you down to a sideways tunnel, which cuts in, at say, subfloor 3. Which is where the facilities plant is, your HVAC and water systems and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right. You told us about this when we were asking information. I believe you said that this would be a better escape route when we were researching a way in because of the way it's guarded. That would be better, like an emergency escape route, than if we tried to enter there because of the way that soldiers are stationed. Unless I might be misremembering.
If that is the case, then I feel like the plan should be park the car by where those vents let out and then walk on foot to the front.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Good idea.
Great idea.
Okay. So yeah, you park there and you come to the south gate and you see it's closed, but there's a security door that's wide open and has been jogged open with like a big rock.
They got a close sign and everything.
Another jet flies overhead, a little higher up this time.
I'm just gonna kind of casually walk through the security door that's wide open.
Yeah. I think maybe let Alecto take the lead for a little bit.
Yes, please.
Do a little scouting ahead.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So the facilities plant is on level 3. 1 floor up is the main office. There's a second office on floor 5 with a guard break room and secondary readout. Readout like a retreating area for guards to fortress in. It's a good place to retreat in an emergency. Prisoner levels, from 7 on down to 45, which is the lowest level of the prison.
Big place.
So you enter the security room, and you see a terminal there. It's got minimal power. If Keziah attaches her power boosting device, you could probably get it working.
Let's do that. Since this is such a big facility, we should probably find, if we're going to track down one person in such a large facility, we may want to find one of the control rooms and see if they have anything about prisoner logs.
Cool. So we're going to do a hacking check to work out with the computer. So give me a D10. This is a light check. And I believe she gets +4. Maybe
Jesus.
+6.
Yeah.
Damn, Chrissy, what are those stats?
Let's call it +6.
Then a 10. I rolled pretty badly.
What all do you have?
I rolled a 4.
So 4 + 6, that's 10 plus your light.
Oh, 12.
So 22.
Mm-hmm.
It's an extraordinary success.
Woohoo.
She manages to get access to everything that a security guard above ground would have. So most of all the sensors are shut down. There's some logs. The logs end 3 weeks ago, more or less, and are very basic. Like whoever was punching in the data, it was pretty half-assed. It wasn't like a full-time worker. So it was mostly automated, like people came in, people went out, you know, this door opened, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you do get a few codes to get you down to the main office level.
When was the last log entered?
Roughly 3 weeks ago. So around the time the mounds would have been dug.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Video logs are all scrubbed. So you don't know if that was accidental or if it was done on purpose.
I would guess on purpose, but I will let the rest of my team know what I've discovered.
You know, I once deleted all the video logs. It happens. Mistakes sometimes are made.
Is there an override unscrub?
Type undelete. That sometimes does it.
Is there an undo button?
She says often security logs are backed up
Hmm.
in secure storage. Often they have a higher security level to access and restore. I can't do it from here.
We need to get to the Blork tubes.
We must get to the Blork tubes.
To the Blork tubes.
Okay, so you head across the concrete and you get to the main entry facility for employees and prisoners, and from there you get to the elevator, and the elevator is locked shut. So the only way down is stairs or ladders. Or I guess if you're in a mech suit, you could jump down.
No, that's not gonna work. Is it in any way a digital lock?
Oh, with your code key?
Yeah.
Let me roll some dice. It may be too old for the code key to work. The code key is sort of like updated.
Okie doke.
It's got like a recent security patch. So like in the last year. So sure enough, you hear all these tumblers going and finally it opens up. So somebody installed more recent security system, presumably whoever was working here 3 weeks ago.
Rip.
So you can use the elevator if you like.
I don't see any reason why not to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We opened it. We can use it. Do we think we want to explore any more down here before we go up?
You go down. You're at the top floor.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I know directions. I'm smart.
Keziah would like to try to find the main command center.
Okay, that's on level 3.
All right, so that's where Keziah says she would prefer to go.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
Let's go.
She's going to have to hack again, but I'll give her +2 because she's already succeeded. So she has +8.
I rolled a 10.
Nice.
And then a 6.
Okay, she's like, I'm in. and all the schematics appear on her thing, and they are uploaded security procedures, or updated rather, and they are real tricksy. Somebody spent really good money to, a construction company wouldn't do that.
Mhm.
So it suggests that somebody has been keeping high value prisoners here, which would support the idea that PD's here.
Oh, it's that. I mean, that feels pretty cut and dry. He's here, right?
Oh, I hope so.
In many cases, considering what we've seen so far, I hope not.
Well, that's that. You know what? Because I'm only a little disturbed. I'm glad you brought up that possibility.
No, I'm not.
When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. I'm receiving no signals from floor 3, which is the control center. There is one room with life support systems, however, the delousing section.
Anyone got some lice on them they'd like to get rid of?
Maybe it'd be a good idea for us to check that out. Since the
Yeah,
life support's on in there and nowhere else. I mean, I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
It's kind of odd.
if there's life support, it sounds like either someone is in there with no life signal, or they are preparing for someone to be in there.
Or they really just don't like lice.
They fucking hate lice, and I can't blame them, but like, this feels a little extra.
So you're going to take the stairs, the ladder, jump, or the elevator?
Elevator. Keziah has complete control.
Main office is on 2, control center on 3. And that's where that delousing section is. Going to 3?
Unless anyone has any other suggestions. Keziah will press the button for floor 3.
Yeah,
No
sounds
objections
good.
here.
All right. It's really slow for some reason. So you have time to have a chat if you want.
If this was a video game, this is when the bad guys would jump in and attack us. And we'd have like a prolonged 5-minute fight, and then we'd reach floor 3.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, the doors ping open, and you see that there's clear that there was some run and gun fighting in here. Holes in the concrete where projectile weapons were shot. There's a few scars where a laser cut across. And according to your schematics, there's a delousing chamber that's, 20 feet wide, 100 feet long. And you can pull up security cam footage, and you see that there is there's a black mound, vaguely corpse-shaped, in the middle of the chamber. And she's like, there's higher level of oxygen inside that chamber.
Oh God, I genuinely don't know if it's a good idea to open the door. This is just AJ being stupid.
You can bypass that whole section if you want to go through the administrative credit.
Does anyone have strong feelings, or should we go through the administrative way?
I don't think Keziah would be afraid of a corpse and is interested in hacking the administrative command center computer. And
Yeah,
will
that sounds
probably be
good.
very focused on that. The rest of you can stay behind or not.
I'd be good to go into the administrative place.
And of course, I'll go along in case my own computer expertise is required.
Okay, you get into the secure section next to the delousing section, And there's a big window with like those interior cross thingies that reinforce it. And it's kind of fuzzy in there, like the glass is kind of melted on the inside as if there was a fire. And it's now that you see a few bits of scorched areas and then that mound in the middle. And she can hack the door if you want to open it up, but some of that extra oxygen will flood in here.
It's okay for now. I would like to try to hack the main console to see if I can get a hone in on where any new prisoners might be.
Oh, okay, yeah. I won't make you roll. You're tapping away on this terminal, and there were 4 prisoners entered into the system under code names with long serial numbers, but you can't tell if they're male or female, age, anything like that. It was all kind of top secret transfers. And one of them was entered into the guard station at level 45, so at the base of the prison. So there must be another way in that isn't on your schematics.
Considering how top secret this base was and operated under, it is no surprise that there would be secret areas within it.
It would be a pretty bad base if there weren't secrets.
Yeah, secret base, secret rooms, and they all kind of they're all secrets.
Yeah. I'm a little, maybe a touch worried that I feel like I'm gonna want to check every mound now because every mound could be a Pete.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah, that was in the Gale voice.
Fred should be very upset to think of PT in one of those mounds.
Keziah's like, I could very easily enter that room and scan the body.
Wait, is the body like visible?
Well, it's just that black mound. It clearly is something that got burned.
Oh, okay.
It's Aunt Owen or Uncle Baru.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, Keziah, I would appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right. Do you guys want to retreat and close the second door between you and the area, or just open it? Some extra oxygen is going to pour in.
Is it going to be a lethal amount of oxygen or just kind of like a cool amount of oxygen?
Typically, oxygen isn't lethal, but it could increase the threat of fire.
So like, are there flammable things in here? Probably the electronics, right?
Anything can create a spark, but I am not detecting any live flames at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a step out of this secondary door real quick.
All right, you back up into the corridor.
Alecto will hover with Keziah.
Cool.
To protect her from when this corpse inevitably pops up and is a monster.
Right.
And Crunch, you have internal life support, so you're fine with fire.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just fire.
I mean, it is a combat medic mech. Like, it goes into fires, so you'll be all right. So you open that interior door, and there is clearly an oxygen source pumping extra oxygen into the room, but nothing lights. And you head in there. I'll just roll a percentage chance. Nope, you're fine. You get to the corpse and you investigate it. It's got a artificial knee and a pair of slagged glasses and a uniform, but not a prisoner uniform, sort of a construction worker uniform, kind of, and the remains of a hard hat, which is kind of half melted.
This is in the delousing chamber?
Yeah.
This must have been some heavy-duty lice this guy had.
Keziah doesn't laugh, and she says, "It is more likely that the environmental controls have malfunctioned. Perhaps the worker tried to smoke a cigarette."
Do we see any way to turn off the oxygen that's pumping in here, like the extra oxygen? A big wheel that we can just...
Yeah, you see some valves on various pipes, and you go up and you turn it, and the rest of the oxygen should equalize with the earlier chamber, and sure enough, the percentage does drop a bit. So the threat of fire has gone down considerably.
Nice.
Are there scorch marks anywhere in the delousing chamber? Like the guy caught on fire and then rolled around, or like bumped up against the walls?
Yeah, there was a bit of scuffing as they walked around with their arms out, with their oven mitts.
They should have stopped, dropped, and rolled.
Yeah, the stunt person clearly walked around a little bit before they went down.
Is there any evidence of a cigar or cigarette or flammable materials on this individual?
There's no Zippo. There's no matches. If there was any propellant, it has been slagged completely.
Suspicious.
It's possible this person was killed intentionally.
That is my going theory. Well, shall we continue?
Yes.
Someone get Gale. Or no, she hits her communicator. "Gale, the area is safe for you to enter."
Okay. And I walk in.
All right, you walk in. They point out the corpse. They're like, "It's probably just a construction worker." And
Oh,
you
yuck.
continue on. The next door opens, and you get to the elevator that'll take you down another 5 floors. Essentially, for security, it goes like you have to cross and then down and then cross and then down every few floors.
So we're on floor 3 now.
You're on floor 3.
Okay.
Floor 4 is shower facilities and the commissary. Floor 5 is a guard break room and secondary readout. It's sort of their fortress area. And floor 6 is the first level of cells.
And we haven't run into anyone yet, right?
Right.
No evidence of anyone having lived here recently or moved through here recently.
Give me a roll. This will be a light check, and anybody can do this. You're just looking for signs of life.
Yeah, like investigation or perception or something.
I think everyone here is dead. I think
Oh.
everyone.
I'll roll the 10.
Hell yeah. Keep rolling. Keep it
Thank
rolling.
goodness, because I rolled a 4.
I got a 1. Because
wow.
The suggestion that everyone's dead is so upsetting for Crutch. Thinking of poor Peter. He can't possibly look for signs of life. He's morose. He's beside himself.
Oh, you can barely see through his visor. He's, when you're like a little stressed and you have trouble doing like computer stuff, like you keep making little mistakes. He's like fiddling with his eye movements or whatever and can't quite.
He can't see through all these tears. It's streaking down the visor on his back.
And your 10, was that Alecto or Keziah?
That was Keziah.
Keziah finds that there were guards here recently. There's like a ration bar half eaten, like what do you call it? Civilian clothes in the lockers. I don't know. a key card, but any other signs of work or whatever is missing. So they were either sent up or down. So they could either have been released or taken prisoner, perhaps, or suborned into the organization, whoever's taken over this area.
Hey.
And the elevator is through the break room.
Okay.
Gonna keep using the elevator.
Sure.
I mean, until we get where we need to be.
All right. Floor 4, commissary and showers. Floor 5, break room and fortress area. Floor 6, first level of cells. Which would you prefer?
I think we should just go to level 6.
Yeah.
Which seems like it's what would be like a, where they would. Never mind. Words are
So
not my forte.
there's a little scanner screen on the inside, and it shows you each floor before you come to it. So floor 4 is just dead. All the lights are off. Floor 5, there's a few lights in corridors, and the area beyond the first guard station is just fucking slagged. Like, there was some kind of firefight. Energy weapons and grenades were probably used. But if there are bodies, they've been removed. And you get to floor 6. Opens it up. There's a little secure guard station, and then you're out into the thing. So if you've seen Stranger Things season 4, when they're in Russia, there's like a rectangular void that just goes all the way down, and on each floor is like chain link and railing, sort of rectangle.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you could theoretically break through the interior chain link and kind of rope your way down or fly down or whatever, or you could go around the corner and hit the stairs and go down from there. But the elevator has apparently been just melted, so it can't be used from here. There is a working terminal in the guard station, so you can use that to scan the floors.
Yeah, let's do that.
I would love to do that, yeah.
All right. You scan the floors, and you can see that all the lights are out, except for here and there, there'll be like a green sort of one of those kind of caged lantern things in front of a cell, and it's just sort of faintly glowing. And there's one on this floor, and there's a few farther down. And the power is out from level 39 down.
Okay. So there's only a few green lights in front of cells. I would like to investigate. There's one on this floor. Did I hear that right? I would like to check that out.
Okay. You can't get the camera inside the cell working. So all you have is just kind of the grimy little narrow window.
Mm-hmm. Can Alecto, while Keziah is doing this, can she instruct Alecto to go look at it? Is it accessible by foot?
Yes. Right. Just open the interior door and you're on the floor. And you head in. It's spooky as hell, it's faint red light, little green pockets of light, no sound.
Alecto will whistle a merry tune.
Oh, good. Yeah, keep your spirits up. You get to cell 614, and you see that narrow window there. There's a little green button beside the latch that you presume you hit it and the door opens.
Okay.
If there's power to it. And it kind of goes and doesn't open the door. But it makes a little bit of noise, and you see something shift through the glass. Some kind of shadow is moving.
All right. Alecto may need some backup. But she'll motion for somebody to come over and then see if she can force the door open.
Ooh.
Gale will definitely answer that.
All right, Gale, you come over. What about Crunch and Keziah?
Yeah, if there's room for us all to help pry it open.
Do you want Keziah to monitor sensors in the guard station or come along?
I think someone should stay with Keziah.
Sounds like Crunch.
Yep.
Okay.
We're splitting the party.
Always a great choice.
It's only like 100 feet. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
Gale jogs over. Or do you walk? Do you amble? What's your motion?
Depending on urgency,
No urgency at the moment.
just kind of walk up.
Okay.
Do you need help with anything?
Just watch my back.
Okay. Do you need any? I can boost you if you need a boost.
Oh, a boost?
There's a big bang on the door from inside. And you see a face come to the window. And it's this wild-eyed, kind of hairy gentleman. You can't really get any color through the grimy window.
Alecto will wave.
Hey, Crunch, what's PD look like? I say over the comms.
I forget if we established what P looks like. I just give it a PD description.
He's kind of doughy and round-faced, bald.
So not
just
this
a wisp
man.
of gray hair. No, this guy is maybe in his 30s or 40s, like square jaw, emaciated a little bit, but not a short bald man.
Just flavor text. When we're saying bald, do we mean like Ash and me bald, or do we mean he's got some stuff on the sides?
He's got a horseshoe, kind of gray, a little wisp on top,
Thank you.
whereas this guy has a full head of hair.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this dude absolutely not a Pete.
Pete in a wig.
A twig.
Keziah has checked the prisoner manifest, and according to it, that cell should be empty.
Huh, well that's not empty.
Okay. Well,
But the cell was opened recently,
Yeah.
a day ago.
Well, that's good. This guy's only been in here like a day, maybe. Not
Yeah.
like 3 weeks.
He can't be that mad.
All right. Well, Alecto will try to force the door open. Is there anything I could use as a lever?
Yeah, we'll say there's a tool cabinet. You can go get like a long wrench.
A spanner.
Yeah, a spanner. So you go and get that, and you come back. You got this big red wrench, and you can go to town on that. Give me an earth check.
Do you want me to boost that?
Sure.
I boost to Earth.
Cool. Roll me a boost check. I believe that's light, or is that shadow?
My boost, I believe that's shadow because it's an order.
Okay.
Yikes. That'll be in that one on the boost.
No, you actually make me weaker.
Let's find out.
Plus
No, you're
12
fine.
for 13.
13. So you just get a +1 to your
Okay.
boost.
So that's a 6, and it's a straight earth check. I don't add athletics or anything.
You can add athletics,
I'll
sure.
add athletics. Okay. So see, I have athletics of 2, so that's +3. Do I remember that right?
If you have 2 ranks, it's +2 for each. So +4, +1,
+4.
so +5.
Okay, so +5, so it's 10. My earth is 11, so 22.
Okay, so it takes a couple rounds to wrench it, and the automated security system goes and like double locks it, fail safe.
Chunk.
Well, yikes.
You hear the guy go, what the fuck? Come on, man, get me out of here.
Can Keziah open the doors remotely?
Sure, yeah, give me a hacking check. +6.
I rolled a 4. So
10 plus your 12, 22. Yes, the failsafe is bypassed and the door slowly opens. Or no, it just kind of clicks and then you have to wrench it open.
all right.
And you've got it about halfway open, and then this giant hand grabs what's left of it and shoves it to the side. And you see this dude is like a perfect specimen, like a Steve Rogers, V-shaped torso. He's in just kind of like a paper uniform, and he's like hulked out, and the neck muscles are like rippling, and he looks hungry. His eyes are bloodshot, and he rushes past you. So I'm going to need an initiative check. Combat awareness can help here. It's a light check.
I'm gonna say that as soon as Gale saw the hand, she reached hers out for a handshake and was very upset by him running right past. Oh wow, this dice fucking sucks. It's going into jail.
So you'll need to beat a 23 if you want to beat this guy.
Oh well, that's not gonna happen on my end, friends.
Alecto only got 20.
Okay, so you can spend an action point if you want.
Can I spend an action point to reroll?
You can, yeah.
Bless. With a different die, because fuck that. Okay, so just no dice work for me today.
No.
Okay, so this guy blows past the both of you and jumps into the chain link with his fists pointed forward. And this is like a fucking bulldozer hitting, I don't know, a chain link fence.
Wait, stop.
Okay, and just bam! And you see like rivets start to break away, but it doesn't give all the way. And then he reaches out to like get his claws around it, and you think maybe he's going to pull it in, but now you can act.
Hi. What?
Oh, Keziah got a 24.
Mm-hmm.
What would Keziah do to interrupt this, if anything?
Well, there's nothing she really can do. She's too far away to really use anything useful.
There are automated
Legal.
gun emplacements, but it would take her a round to fire those up
Yeah,
if they're even charged.
I don't think Keziah wants to kill this guy because she has, her weapons. But no, I think what she will do instead is unplug from the computer and start moving down the hallway toward the cell.
Okay, cool. And Crunch, do you want to follow?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right, it'll take you a couple rounds.
Oh, only because he doesn't want to be left behind by himself.
This place is creepy, okay?
It'll take you a couple rounds to get there unless you want to push yourself. And you could probably get there within a round, I think.
Yeah, she'll run.
Okay. So roll a water check.
Okay.
Should I roll one too? Because I'm jogging along.
You don't have to roll. You just dash because you're in this fast mech. So you could get there before her.
Can I give her a boost?
You pick her up.
Yeah.
You could pick her up. Yep.
Okay. Can I yell, rocket boost?
You can indeed. So you pick her up and you're hustling. So you'll get there within a round. And we'll go back to the top of the order. You come around the corner, and Keziah could shoot if she wanted to.
I think Keziah will use her monofilament whip.
I don't think she's within range. It's about 40 feet. I don't think it goes that far.
I think she's more curious about this guy and is just observing for like holding an action, I guess.
Oh, okay. Cool. We could say that she got a dart gun for shooting tranquilizers or something.
Nah, I think what's going to happen is she's going to hold her action if if that guy attacks Alecto or Gale, she will fire at him with a plasma launcher.
Okay, good deal. And next is the guy.
Hey, bud, you want to tell us what you're doing?
He's tearing at the chain link, and he's like, "Ah!" And he still doesn't quite get it. And he screams this, like, just epic roar. It seems like beyond the decibel level of a normal human.
You want to tell us literally anything, friend?
Alecto, your turn.
Um, such a small area.
Oh, and he's got like a faint greenish tinge to his skin, like he's got a biomod. His eyes seem a weird color. You don't know if they're modded. And his muscles all seem like larger than a human should be able to get.
Okay. Alecto will try to grapple him.
Okay, and don't forget your +1. So you can use your athletics here plus, or no, you have martial arts. So you get +2 normally, and then if you have extra ranks in grab.
I don't remember what I have ranks in. Um,
I think yours are mostly offensive.
right. Yeah, it's like punch, kick.
So we'll just call it +2.
All right. So I rolled a 9. So
Oh my god, he rolled a 1. Okay, so you're trying to grab him?
Yeah.
You got a 9. Yeah. We'll say you grab him and you put him in like a half hold. Do you want to do any damage?
No, I'm just gonna put him in arm lock so that if he moves, it's painful.
Okay.
And sort of just just gently guide him to his knees. And say, hold on, buddy, we can help you out here. Just tell us what's going on.
Crunch, what was your initiative roll?
I forget. What do I add to initiative again? Is it wind?
Yes.
It's light. Or no,
Oh.
It is wind. Yeah. It's wind, and then if you have combat awareness, you can use
Okay,
those
so that's
ranks.
16.
16. Okay, so you go before Gale. And you're running, holding Keziah. You're about 40 feet away from the action.
Okay. Can I just be like, hey now, settle down. We'll help you get out of there. You're going to hurt yourself. You're gonna tear up your fingers on that chain link. Easy now. We're all friends.
Are you trying to like put him at ease, some kind of charm roll?
Yeah, I mean, I see someone in like a berserker rage try to tear through a fence. I'm just like, hey, we can help you with that. Don't be taking swings at anybody. It's all right. We all want to get out of here.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
I guess some sort of diplomacy or whatever kind of a check that would fall under.
Yeah, it'd be a shadow check, or no, a fire check. And then if you have ranks in persuasion.
I've got golden voice, which is perform, oratory, persuasion. Okay, yeah. So +2 to persuasion.
Okay.
And that was fire. Okay, good at that.
Yeah. So it should be +4 unless you have extra ranks in persuasion.
Okay, so that's a 23.
Okay. He is wired. It's as if he's like hopped up on drugs or something. and he's not listening at all. For the listener, I rolled a 10, so
Okay.
he beat your roll. And now it's Gale's turn.
All right, I feel like we've all tried very politely to get you to stop and talk to us, but I see that's not working. So I'm going to have to more forcefully ask you to explain yourself, and I cast Compel.
Compel. Okay. I'm just going to let his resist roll ride. So you need to beat a 23.
That ain't gonna fucking happen. God damn, these dice suck. Oh my god. I have another action point. I'm gonna re-roll real quick and with a different die.
Or you could add 5 to it. What was your total?
It wasn't gonna be good.
Okay.
I rolled a 2 on the die.
Ah, yes.
Please don't fuck me. Please don't fuck me. Yeah, so that's not gonna happen. That'll be a 3 plus 2 for compel plus my shadow, which is 12. That's 17.
Yeah, even if somebody helped you, it wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
So he has resisted your compulsion spell, and now he's real pissed because he knows from telepathy, apparently. And he looks at you and snarls, and you see that his teeth have been modded to have metal canines and additional tearing teeth in the below area. So basically, somebody modded him so that he can rip out throats with his teeth.
And then Gale goes down to her communicator to tell Keziah, take the shot, please take the shot.
Keziah will take the shot.
Alrighty, Keziah, feel free to take your shot. This is a plasma.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So wind check. Unless you roll a 1, you will hit because I rolled a 1.
Yeah, she has. Well, yeah, she has 2 ranks in it and rolled an 8.
So 8, 10, 12 plus her wind.
Of 11, so that's
So 29, and he got a 16. So you beat him by 2 levels. So you're going to do 3d6 plus 2 per die.
Okay.
Including any extra dice.
No, that's fine. So it's a total of 11 points damage.
Did you add the 2 per die?
Oh, no. So plus 3, so 14.
Shouldn't it be because you rolled 3d6, right?
Yeah, okay. So
it's 2 per die, so plus 6, so
plus
11
6.
plus 6, 17.
17. Yeah.
He has skin armor because he's just that badass. So 9 vitality. And now it is his turn. He takes off running down the length and
I still have
cuts
him.
around the...
Does he break my
you have him
grapple?
grappled, so he can't move. So he's going to have to throw you off.
Okay.
So roll that martial arts check. For fuck's sake! Oh, he super botched. Oh, but
No.
you rolled a 1. Let's see if you super botched. Nope. You're able to maintain your hold.
We both fall to the floor.
He tries to drag you, but it hurts him, and he can't get any purchase. So now it is Alecto's turn.
Okay. Alecto will
Oh, and he hurt himself. I should roll, and this avoids armor. Okay.
Alecto will charge up her Iron Strike, which is one of her mystical attacks. So she'll spend mana, and it does an extra 2d6 damage. So she will punch him in the face.
All right, so punch. And I'm using his previous dodge, which is 21.
Okay.
19.
19. So let's see. What did I get total here? 10 plus 4, 14. And it's Earth. So
Yes.
25.
25 to his. What did I say? 21?
Yeah.
No.
He had a 23.
19.
Oh,
23.
no.
So you beat him by 6, so that's +1 per die, and then an extra +1 because you already have him held. So +2 per die, 3d6
Mm-hmm.
+2 per die.
Yep. So 11 plus 2 per die. So plus 3, 6. So 17.
17. And
Oh wait, it's I had extra d6. So um so that's 14 plus 8. 22.
22. All right. Alecto has hit him. Now it's Crunch.
Can I, using my metal mech feet, just stomp real hard on his ankle?
Yes. So you run. Do you want to keep holding Keziah or let her go?
Oh God, no! I would have set Keziah down at the end of the rocket speed boost. I'm not
Okay,
just
cool.
car-
So
carting her around. No.
Swing her like a bat.
So you
Weaponized.
go 60 feet in one move, and then you wanted to stomp on his foot?
Yeah, I mean he's trying to run away, and plus, what's more distracting than foot pain?
Yeah, so you just need to beat a 19.
Okay. What kind of roll would a mech stomp on your foot?
That sounds like an earthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Earth. Unless I say that it's... No, it's not optimized for combat, so it'll just be your Earth.
I rolled a 1.
Womp womp.
It's not a super botch. You just fail. So unless you add 19 to your roll, you did not beat him.
No, it's fine. I mean, maybe his foot just moved out of the way at the last second. I just stomp on the
Yeah.
ground.
The dice truly hate us today.
We're rolling all these ones in a boss fight. What's going on?
The mech adds 2 to your combat rolls, but that's not enough. And yeah, you narrowly miss his ankle and bam into the floor, and the whole floor shakes and dust is coming down out of the ceiling.
Damn, Jeff, are you sure? Are you sure that +2 doesn't give him 19 more points?
I doubt it.
Oh, oh, beans.
All right. And Gale, it's your turn.
I mean, I feel like this is boring to do the same thing again, but I feel like we're not going to get anywhere unless he calms down, so I kind of want to do Compel again.
All right.
All right, I've had fucking enough of this. Just stop. Oh my.
Did you get a 1?
No, it's just not good, and it's getting incrementally better by 1 is what's happening. I rolled a 4 on the die.
Okay, 4 plus your shadow.
4 plus the compelled rank, which is 2, so 6, plus shadow, which is 12, so 18, which is still not gonna beat the 20. What was it? 23? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, done biffed it.
Okay, he growls and snarls some more. And it's Keziah's turn. And she can make it part of the way there.
And she can kill him.
She has like a 39 move or something. She can get within melee range if she wants.
And kill him.
Within whipping range.
Yeah, her whip has a 10-foot reach. So
Cool. So she could stop 10 feet away and then...
And a trillion damage.
yeah, then she will whip him good.
And he'll be easier to hit because he's restrained.
Hey!
Finally. Oh my! It's an Ash episode, y'all.
It's Keziah episode. Every roll I've made for Keziah has been a 9 or a 10. So
Nice. So you got to beat a 21.
So that's, let's see, 13 plus 18. Is that right? I'm gonna roll with it. So that's, let's
With
see.
the +4 from him being restrained, you got him. Do you want to
Yeah.
pull him prone
Um,
or dose him with something?
I trying to remember. Let me look at her. It looks like she's just gonna charge it with damage. So it does
Okay.
3d6.
All right.
And she'll grapple him. Just why not? So that's 14 points total.
Cool. So it wraps around him and doses him with some poison and bypasses his armor. Ah! And he screams bloody murder, and she's trying to yank him down, but he doesn't quite go down. And I guess we'll call it there. Does anyone want to say anything before I cut to the spooky cliffhanger?
Fuck these dice.
My foot.
All right, the camera pulls away from you all and goes down the chute, and you see a few green lights in the distance, and then it goes all the way down, and there is water. The chute is slowly flooding, and it gets up to floor 39, and it's just kind of licking over the top of the decking. And you see a green light over a cell, and somebody's in there, sort of like banging on the door, and you see it's somebody with blinky eyes, like they need their glasses but don't have them. And then you hear like weapons charging in the corners, and some lights are slowly rising up out of the water, sort of like will-o'-the-wispy kind of lights. And the theme song kicks in, and it's real spooky.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah. Likes? Anybody got any likes you want to throw to your fellows?
I don't know. I like all y'all. Just unconditionally.
I like Keziah badassly going into the over-oxygenated room. I like a good failed stomp on a big bad guy.
Mhm.
I like the creepy abandoned facility with something bad that happened, followed by a large angry fellow.
Yeah.
Is always good. Yeah.
I always love a good creepy mystery haunted prison
Yes.
in
Yeah.
space.
I
Resident
love
Evil, Dead Space kind of thing.
immediately walking up on 6 dead bodies.
It was 200.
It was it was 200. Oh, so we only look okay. All right.
201, I guess, if you include the guy in the machine.
All right. Okay. I miscalculated. It's a lot of them, huh?
Now, they might have been dead before, it might have just been cleanup.
Oh yeah, they might have. They might have for sure.
Yeah, it's fine. Nothing to see here. No need to investigate anything, really. It's all the up and up.
Any other likes? So, you all get 1 action point, and Keziah will get 2.
Bless.
I like the Keziah sort of co-parenting that was going on.
Dueling banjos.
Yeah, the dueling banjos, Keziah, and I liked I don't know, I liked it all. It was all good. It's good stuff. It's a good night.
I'm personally just proud that I remembered a magic item. For once.
Which one was that?
The codebreaker key.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah, that was useful.
Very handy.
Okay, wishes for next time.
I mean, I'm not sure how much of this is within your control, Jeff, but better rolls.
Yeah. We're gonna need some new dice here.
I literally just tried every D10 on my table, and nothing happened.
I wish we find PT soon because this is all a bit much for me.
Petey, no, the stress, the just cortisol flooding.
I wish that our princess is in another castle.
No, Princess Peachy. Oh, that would make this guy Bowser. Yeah, that checks out.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He is glowing green.
It's not glowing, it's just a faint hue.
Oh. How reassuring, Jeff. Thank you so much. Oh, it's not glowing. It's just the jaundice.
Peachy
no,
Dubs.
It's like a tattoo, but all
Yeah.
over.
Wasn't there references to mild radiation at the start of this little adventure?
There sure were.
Possible, yeah.
He's just mildly glowing green, nothing to worry about. A little gamma radiation between friends.
Where do people find you on the internet, Jayme?
I'm on brandoff.h.io. I have free games. I'm currently playtesting Genre Savant, and it's neat. Check it out. It's free.
Hell yeah. AJ.
You can find me on most socials at AJ the Slayer, either with or without underscores in between every word, just because I can't remember what has what anymore. And then you can find me on my other podcast, Christmastide Ohio. It's about a bunch of little kids run around their Christmas-themed town, solving mysteries, finding ghosts, finding witches, learning about magic, and doing school also. School is there.
Heck yeah. And Ash.
You can't find me on the internet. I live in a cave in the woods.
Yeah.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
one single dangly light bulb hanging from the ceiling.
It's so hard to mail literally anything to Ash.
Mhm. All right. You can find me on Everything is Awesome. And what's my other show? The Great and Secret Knowledge. We cover all manner of speculative fiction. I just put out an episode with Jayme on In the Mouth of Madness. My next episode is about my trip to Gallifrey 1. I got some live sound there in the lobby, and then I kind of talk about it. It's about an hour. It's good. And coming up next, more of the Vor game, the Bartimaeus trilogy, and that might be it for now. And then the Omniversal Escapades, my streaming show, is every other Sunday. We should be doing that this Sunday, the 23rd, so you will have missed that. But sometime in March, you can find us. And we're on twitch.tv/omniversalescapades or on youtube.com/omniversalescapades. And all the episodes are archived there. We play D&D, Monster of the Week. We've played some of Jayme's games, Lucid City, and others. So, yeah, find us over there and enjoy the silliness. I think that'll do it, unless anybody has any following wrap-up thoughts.
I rolled a 10.
Fuck yeah.
Too late, pal. Too late. You're fired.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening. And tell your friends and family, get them on the Shattered Worlds train. And let's make this the biggest show in history.
Suck it, Critical Role.
Yeah, Critical Role can suck it.
The Adventure Zone, eat my ass.
Oh, I want to recommend a show. It's called Good Chaotic. It's the new show by the people that made Game of Rassilon, which was a Doctor Who based actual play. So check out Good Chaotic. It's very funny. It's set in space. It's kind of similar to this show in many ways. So check that out. And other than that, keep it rolling.
Shout out to Space Knife for letting us use their track, I'm Taking Off, Shield Your Eyes, from their Into the Black Hole EP. Thanks, Space Knife. Keep it rolling.
I went to the Doctor Who convention this last week.
Who was it?
Never did find out. There were some old Doctors Who there, but not the newest one.
Yeah, it sounds like a small convention, but once you get there, it's bigger on the inside.
You know when you have a terrible joke chambered and you're like, that's not funny enough to put on wax?
Did I say your bad joke?
No, that's what I was sitting on. I was going to say same. And it's like, that's so basic.
Say, title of my sex tape.
There you go.
I love my sex tape. Once you get there, it's bigger on the inside.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Give me a break. Oh, my leg.
I was going to ask which bone you were going to do that to.
The funny bone.
Also, Ash, I love that when you held your glasses up to kind of see if I'm assuming you were checking to see if they were dirty, but you held them in front of your face in a way that it gave you a tiny face, and I was very happy.
Yeah. Wow.
It's my favorite part of glasses is you can just make yourself a tiny little face.
Okay, I'll try. Wait. Oh no! What have I done?
It's bigger.
I'm doing it wrong.
I guess that's for nearsighted people.
You broke your glasses. Problem.
She does a brief incision in the gut, and like maggots are at work down there. There's flies buzzing around.
I take it it's a little late for a heel.
Just give him some Gatorade.
Thank you, Claire.
Stick it, Claire.
Don't be rude to Claire.
Oh, we're done for now.